how can we begin? So if we're not quite ready to totally delve into this piece of work, but we want to start exploring what the threads are, what would you suggest as a starting point?
So I would always say it's just asking yourself questions that you perhaps think you know consciously, but don't delve into deeply. So things like, what pisses you off more than anything else in the world, on an individual, on an industry, on a universal level? What do you care about? Like, what are the things that rile you up?
Mm,
What are the things that you believe to be true so intently that you would risk your reputation defending?
that's such a good question. And I've got that feeling of like, oh,
Really tough.
really tough to admit, I think. So I couldn't say that out loud, but I might write it in my journal as a starting
Right,
point.
journal. And another one is, what do you want so much that you're too scared to say out loud?
Mm.
Quite confronting questions. And it's interesting. I have these questions in my intake Q&A, and so often they're left blank. I'm like, guys, that's not the point. Come on.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Um, but yeah, start by journaling, and then I would leave it for a day and then come back and just go through it with a highlighter and just start to pick out the patterns and the themes and look at topics that come up often, and then just begin to reflect back on those, and then perhaps take those to conversations with other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or, sort of think, okay, is there a thread that I can see between this and my business?
Mm-hmm.
Thread that weaves all of them together.
Yeah.
And what might that be? And yes, then start to take that to conversations. And if you feel brave, just write about it. If you have a Substack, you can, explore that in an essay,
Yeah.
or, a post or a live or a conversation or something, and just begin.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's that thing of once you dip a toe in, you can only respond then to what you get back, and it's helpful. So it's then like, okay, that felt good to say,
Yeah.
or that person disagreed with me and I still really believe what I've said. And you can start sort of feeling your way through it. Emma, who's watching, wrote, I mean, I can't even get my phone to move now. I always start with, if it was yours, how would you do it? Yeah, it's so helpful to have these. Thanks, girls, for jumping back on the live. I'd love to hear like what you've taken from this conversation. If anyone else wants to comment or share with us what you do and the things you tend to write about or share about that links back to your work. And we can keep the conversation going in the comments of the post. So I'll share this video afterwards. But yeah, that's so helpful. And it's so nice to have a tangible thing to do and work with, because I think often you can hear people talk about a topic and think, yeah, I'm with you. But then to be able to go away and work with that is really great. I'll be doing that in my journal.
If I could say one last thing, it would be like, trust what comes up. I think so often we are conditioned to believe that we need to be able to empirically, on some level, like validate what we're thinking or what we're doing. We need to connect it to a trend. We need to connect it to a report or to data or something, or a tried and tested way of doing things, or whatever. And just, yeah, that question was really good. It's sort of like, how would you do it if it was your way? And so often what I find with clients, so going off on one now, but it was such a good point, is that what comes out isn't new.
Yeah.
Like actually the concept or the positioning that we ends up being something that they've always done, but just done it under the surface. So guys are really kind of, looking at it through, like, stripping back the shoulds, looking at what's left and working with that. That's the place to start.
Yeah. And then when you get there, it's so easy to get behind, isn't it? When you're like, okay, this feels good. Emma just said she writes about client first business, anti-funnel. I like that.
Nice.
I'm with you. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Rebecca, and holding the fort and coming back again after my overheating. I actually feel like I need to go and stick my head in the freezer now, so maybe I'll chuck my phone in there as well. Thank you everyone for joining us, and I'll be back with more conversations soon. Bye.
Bye.